shader blade on the shader, that's right, as Blackburn Rovers are linked with the Dutch striker. Who is it? I'll tell you all about him next. That's right, folks, back once again with another transfer video for Blackburn Rovers, and we'll get to it in just 1 second. If you're new, where you've been, smash your subscribe button back. All things Rovers related, transfers related, world football related, we're going to all hear, boys, under one Ruski. That's right, of course. Dylan Vente is the name on everybody's lips as Blackburn Rovers go continental, or look continental, for their new striker. Who's it going to be? We'll take you all about it in a second, of course. People chat about VIPs. They are, of course, the Patreons, of course. But anyway, what am I talking about? Well, it's actually going to be quite hard to figure this out. But I'm going to go here. I'm going to throw that guy up here. And again, coming at you via Twitter. Now, this is, of course, Twitter. We're going to translate this tweet live for you. It says, even more Roda news. This is a tweet coming from transfermark.nl, who has a following. Well, that's not good. There we go, 353. So maybe we shouldn't really read into this too much. I may have got myself a little bit too excited over nothing. Yeah. Join March 23. This could be a load of dogs bollocks. Maybe I should have. Well, he is getting a couple of successes here. We shall see if any of this is true. It could be a load of bollocks. I might have just created bollocks. But anyway, this name has been dragged out the mix, and I do apologise if it is a load of dogs bollocks, because I realistically want credible transfer rumours. Now, this one got my attention, and it's got the vibes moving in the right direction. But anyway, even more Roda news. I'll read it just in case. Even more Roda news. Rovers are interested in Dylan Vente. The chance that Vente will stay at Roda after this season is small. Other clubs on board and at home have also informed for the attacker. Now, yeah, it's. I'm a little bit disheartened. I'm just trying to see if there is actually anything legitimate out there that I can go off, because if someone else has been hoodwinked into this, that would be nice, because I feel like I've just been led down the garden path. Doesn't look promising, but we will talk about him anyway, because you never know if this all comes out to be true. Then all credit for you, and I'll even follow you on the Twitter for future Dutch news. But anyway, this is the guy here. Now he is. It does excite me. Unfortunately, it does excite me, and now I feel a little bit like an egg on my face. But Dylan Vente, Dutch striker in the second tier, ripped it up a little bit last campaign. Scored 21 goals in 38 appearances, 6 assists as well. Involved in the start 11 100% of the time. 98% of the minutes were played, and he was involved with 55% of Roda's goal involvement. So whether it's assists or goals, he was involved 55% of the time. Those are incredible stats, of course. Here he is. He has got a track record of playing in the Dutchlands, played for Waalwijk as well, didn't really score many goals there, and also on the books of Feyenoord. Again, hot topic on our list with JDT's connections with Feyenoord. So maybe there is fruit for that, or at least some hope for optimism that this deal can be done, because he has a similar playing career, or a similar career to that of JDT, with time spent by our manager at Feyenoord and Roda over the course of his playing and managerial career. But he scored 51 goals in 98 games. That's just shy of one every other. 16 assists as well. He also scored quite a decent number for Feyenoord at Rotterdam, and that's of course the top flight as well. So good number, good caliber. But again, remember, the credibility of this link is diminishing as the minutes go by. Just plays down the middle. This is what we want. This is what I've been screaming out for. A designator, a striker who knows where the back of the net is. This guy is a good age as well. I'll tell you all about his age in a second. These are the goals scored in each competition. The top flight, just 4 goals in the top flight for the Eredivisie. But he's also scored in, what are we looking at here? Where's the cup? Does it have the cup in there? But of course, rapid, or at least delicious in the second tier. They're 48 goals in 91 games. That is over 1 in every 2. So better stats there in the second tier. 16 assists as well. No cup games. It's been represented by the Dutch from under 16 to under 20 levels. The last time we had a Dutch striker, Correct me if I'm wrong. Was it that shit guy who blossomed in the under-21 Euros and he was a piece of dog shit? Or is there another one? I can't remember. My memory's a bit foggy this morning. Recording this 6:22 a.m. Of course, coming at you right here, right now. But good numbers across the divisions and across the competition and the teams as well. Playing for 3 Dutch top 2 tier teams. Let's take a little bit more about him. Of course, ranked number 1 at Roda, the best player in their team this season, according to transfermarkt.com. He's the 8th best player within the division, the 2nd tier, ranked 7,200th in the world. He's 193 best Dutchie out there right now, and ranked 1,051 centre forwards across the world, and of course 604th ranked with players born in 1999. Do the maths. That makes him. That makes the lad about 24 years old. This is, of course, his value. It's never really broken past 1 million. If we could do this smells. This has got the vibe of Fleming from Millwall, who did an absolutely fantastic job. He ripped it up in the first season for Millwall. Of course, less forward kind of player than Dylan Vente. But if we can get over the line, this will be absolutely fantastic. I think there's grumblings or mumblings about some different kind of approach to transfers and European transfers, or at least world transfers, depending on the amount of British players you have, according to what Greg Broughton said in a recent interview. So people throwing out we don't have enough international points sort of stuff at me. If those new implications and new rules are passed, this deal is one that could get over the line. But let's compare the kid, of course, up against our current striker, the main man, and that is, of course, Sam Gallagher. Sam Gallagher is 3 years older. Of course, Dylan Vente plays in exactly the same spots, or has played in exactly the same spots as Sam Gallagher. The value is much less than Gallagher, so maybe if we want to explore cashing in on Gallagher and going for Dylan Vente to be the main man, then we could make ourselves a bit of profit. He is a little bit smaller than Sam G, but of course much younger. Contracts both expire at the same time next season. What about their stats then? Of course, Gallagher's been up there around about 3 million for a little bit now. I don't know why, to be honest with you. I don't know why. Maybe his height, maybe it was hold-up play, maybe his tenacity, I don't know. And this young gun has just, the Dutchman's been bubbling around about the £1 million mark. Okay, yep, we're going to take a look at the numbers then. Of course, now the important number that I'm looking at here is this one here, 329. That's how many minutes per goal. 329 minutes per goal for Sam Gallagher, and that's pretty much a goal, or it takes, I don't know. He's just got. The numbers are slightly more than the amount of games he's played. 321. He scored just 60 goals as Sam Gallagher over the course of that. That's 1 every 50, I think, if my maths is right. 60, 120, 240. Yeah, around about one every 50 games. That's not 1 every 50 games. Whatever. You know what I mean. But pretty bad stuff. I think maybe 1 every 5 games. Is that right? Regardless, 329 minutes per goal. As for the Dutch lad, though, 162. Wow, that's considerably less. Now, I've done videos on Kevin Nesbitt. I think his is 170 something. I also looked at the Niall Ennis fellow, two in the 200s. This is the lowest I've seen with a supposed Blackburn Rovers link to the lowest number of minutes per goal, and that's a good number. We need players that can do that, and I know people will argue that the fact that he's not really done it at top level in the Dutchlands, and I feel the second tier in the Dutchlands is comparable maybe to League One of English football. I think if you scored that sort of number in League One in England, people would not batter an eye and think, yep, he's worth a punt, especially at just under or around about £1 million. So for me, the guy ticks a lot of the boxes. The cost is right, the age is right. He can play left, right, or down the middle, and I think we would be very. I would get excited about this guy. This guy would give me the heebie-jeebies compared to some of the other players that we've had in the linked in the past. When the Nesbitt gets me a little excited. Who else was in there? Niall Ennis does get me a little bit excited, but this guy, I just think his record is good. But the elephant in the room is the link is not as credible as the others. But it's there, it's out there, and of course people have talked about it, and we'll just see if anything comes of it. But for me, if it does prove to be true, the link anyway, I think Rovers should do all they can and let JDT get on the horn to Dylan and say, you know what, I respect your path so far in your career. Let's go and make some sweet music together here at Blackburn Rovers. That's my take on it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Of course, I'll check it all out as and when we get them. Until then, we're done.